We've carved this niche in America, and we've built it for several other companies now as well that are following along with us, and that's great because we want lots of play out there. We want lots of joy out there. We are building joyful places for communities to connect and play.
This is the first video in a new series called Shop and Story, where we get a chance to shine a light on some of the really extraordinary craftsmen that are pouring their heart and soul and their sweat into bringing things of value to our world. We appreciate it, and I think you're going to appreciate getting acquainted with these people. Today we are at Stone Age Concrete Games. Did I get that right, Lem? And these guys do amazing things with concrete. It's a hybrid between an industrial and a kitchen countertop and the highest degree of finish that you can think of in conjunction with concrete. And if you stick around, or if you check the link in the description, we're going to have a full-length discussion with Lem, who is a spear tip, the inventor, the driving force behind what has to be one of the most unique applications of concrete on this planet. Lem, thanks for having us over, man. It's a pleasure. I've heard a lot about you, and it's great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So we're neighbors, and I didn't even really know what was going on until Brady and then Nate said, You got to go over and meet this guy.
Cool. Well,
bring us up to speed. Thank you. Bring us up to speed on what you're doing.
Well, right now we're mixing mud, we're mixing concrete, but in the big picture is that we're building games for parks and schools all across America.
Okay. So and beyond.
And beyond occasionally, yeah. Canada and some far-flung ones across the sea.
Wow, how about that? So I know you're a busy guy. You got men and machines. Have you got time to give us the lay of the land and show us how this happened?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Let's see it, man.
So this is a hopper of concrete. Comes out of our batch plant and comes over to our forms. We're making a set of cornhole boards here.
That's a cool way to handle a heavy load of concrete.
Scott, this is going to get noisy
Thank
in a
you.
minute, but I think you're going to want to see it.
Yeah, right on. So you stop a little short and then cap it off with the next little lift, huh?
Yeah, and well, the next lift has fiber.
Fiber in it.
The face coat doesn't have fiber.
Right,
so
it's smooth.
If you wanted to polish it down in 20 years.
You're not cutting into fiber.
This is the same that goes into a bridge deck on I-5.
Yeah, that's a stout fiber, man.
You described it, you nailed it, because this is half countertop and half freeway bridge.
Yep, right on. It's structural and it's decorative, it's everything.
And it's playful.
That's playful, yeah.
Everybody ready? Make some noise.
Here we go. This is worth pointing out, that they control how long they run that vibrator, because as you're vibrating it, those rocks will sink, right? And you don't want that segregation, you just want the consolidation. Yeah. That's awesome. So you mentioned earlier that you worked on cell towers.
Yeah.
Cell towers mean big footage, right?
It's a big footage.
So you've seen big, dirty, thrashing concrete work, and now this. So how do you react now when you get out and watch the concrete go in by the truckload?
It's shocking to go out on a big concrete job now, because I haven't done it for a long time. We've been doing this precise little stuff. So I go out there and they're pouring, truck after truck into a footing. And it's just,
and they're stomping it down and
stomping it, boot finish, and then once it dries, it just, it's under grade. They cover it. So
get the rebar clearances right and forget everything else.
2 mats of number 8 rebar that you can walk across 1 foot on center. It's just a whole different scale than what we do. So that's where I started from too. So it's
So that's so interesting, because starting there gave you a whole bunch of the tools you were going to need for this, and you had no idea.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we sit down later, because my job path, you know, through cabinetry, through towers, through manufacturing, through school, all of it just built to this.
Convergence. We will talk about that.
And it's the convergence, and also just finding the fit where your skill set, it makes sense to you to do something. You know, I just find when this product came up, my son said, "Dad, why don't you do those concrete ping pong tables like you always talk about from Germany?" And I looked at him and I said, "Yep." Because I could see the hoop. I could see it all the way through the hoop and the points. And
right then.
I knew the marketing for Parks and Rec. I knew the manufacturing process. I knew enough of, and I wasn't really good at fine finish concrete. But I knew it was a skill set that we could build.
Connect the dots. And you started this in your carport or a garage?
Yeah, so funny, the first name of the business before Stone Age was Bravado Outdoor Products. And the reason was because my wife at the time had a business called Bravado Publishing. And so we could answer the phone, "Bravado, how can I help you?"
Multitasking. Gosh, okay.
And so whoever it was for, then we'd take the call.
Gosh, all right, we're going to talk about that. So you got concrete setting up, and you have 4 tables down here, or 4 cornhole boards that were poured yesterday. So overnight, you're thinking you're getting 4,000 PSI. That's a lot. That's a lot, but it feels hard.
Oh yeah, it's hard concrete. We couldn't take it out of the forms if it.
No, and move it around and set it down and stuff.
Really, the place where our concrete gets beat up is almost entirely in shipping or installation.
And skateboards.
And mostly shipping. Yeah, we haven't had big complaints about skateboards, but and I was a skateboard kid growing up in Seattle, so I have mixed feelings about that.
I don't want to diss on the skateboarders.
And then these are, as we come down, these were poured a few days ago.
Same, different color? Different color target or just different age?
This is black integral.
Okay, yes.
This is black integral color.
Yes.
And then we're getting the...
Can you hear that, Brady? Can you hear that? It rings a little bit. Listen to that. It's almost musical right there. That's a good tight mix, man. So this is an awesome demonstration of place and finish. I mean, it's very controlled, very precise place and finish. Show me how the forms are put together. I mean, I see these beautiful and well-fabricated steel forms. Show me how that works and how they go together.
All right. So we've got some leg forms here, actually, these are almost ready to pour.
Okay, leg forms under the ping pong table.
Leg forms under this legs for ping pong and foosball.
Okay.
So, and then it's going to get those cast in place inserts here. And there's a side brace cast in place insert here. And then that's where that 2-inch steel I showed you fits right here. And then bolts down into the leg. So when we're getting this form ready for the legs, we just put this bolt in here, snug up the insert.
Smart.
And it is right where it has to be. And this is how everything bolts together.
So this is the beauty of visualizing form work. Black is white, white is black. This is the negative image of a photograph, and it takes some practice to be able to visualize, you know, that in is out and out is in.
Yeah, so I'll show you this foosball table. This foosball table really turned my brain inside out.
I'll bet.
The first time we built it.
Okay, this is foosball.
This is the foosball table. This is the outside walls of the foosball table.
Okay.
And then we're going to build a box in here. It's also steel. And
to create the curb effect.
Right, to create the curb here. And then the rods go through the holes to put our bushings in place.
Because the rods and bushings have to line up perfectly.
They've got to
no
be very
friction.
good. Yeah,
they've got to be nice, tight, lined up.
All right, let's. I'll show you the finishing room. We do all our diamond polishing in here.
Okay.
These come out. The chest tables come out of the forms with a rough surface.
Sure.
And so this has been through a couple steps. This is maybe at 100 grit polish right now, and it's going to go up all the way to 3,000.
To 3,000.
you get a lot better idea what the
yeah.
finished product's going to look like once you.
And this
once
is
you get
this
it
is
ready.
about a 150, and the bug holes haven't been filled, so it'll
Right.
really get nice.
So then after you put a 3000 on and put a sealer on, it's going to look a lot more like the sap that's wet.
Wow.
So our first product was ping pong, and then our customers asked for chess because that's been done, and so we made a nice version of chess. And then all the other game tables, man, I didn't foresee. Now we make domino tables, we make this, Chinese checkers, backgammon.
No kidding.
Yeah, and so, you know, all the products that came down the road, just kind of what else can we make in concrete? That's always a question we're asking.
Yeah.
What else is a game that we can make in concrete?
So Lem, you've described to me that these are two halves of a single ping pong table,
Right.
about 400 pounds apiece
About 750.
on each side. Oh, whoa!
Yeah, so the whole thing's
800.
2,500 pounds.
Okay.
It's a ton of fun.
Oh, yeah, but there's got to be a net. There's
Yeah.
got to be a net, and you guys make the nets.
We make steel nets, 3/8" steel nets, and they attach to these inserts that you saw in the center. And when we slide these two together, after the nets are bolted on, then the bolts are inaccessible, so nobody can even mess with
Nobody getting to it. So there's a lot of metal work in here.
it. There's a lot of metal work.
I see your concrete place and finish operation. Show me where you do the metal work.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah. So, I mean, we do a lot down here. Sometimes we form our big shuffleboard tables on sawhorses here.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
but for the most part, this back here and this area over here is all fab. We use this CNC machine
CNC
so much.
plasma. Yeah.
We use this a lot. And
Now you don't often have to cut heavy stock, but you cut a lot of lighter stock.
We cut a lot of 3/8 inch.
Uh-huh.
This is a raw stock of what we use for a ping pong table net.
Wow, nobody's stealing that.
It's 3/8 inch steel, and you can see these is where we bolt in the middle of the table.
Yeah. Man, that is a permanent installation.
It's a permanent net. So like you said about skateboarders, right?
Yeah.
We try to make our stuff so it won't be destroyed if they skate it.
Yeah. So we've talked about this, that when you started this, it was in your garage and you were mixing bags of Saccrete to make your concrete. And what people don't understand is that cement is not the same thing as concrete. Cement is one of the components of concrete, along with water and rock and sand and then admixtures, right?
Right.
Okay. But it has to be mixed. So you started out with some sort of little mixer or a wheelbarrow or something, and now you've got this. And this is a batch plant, right? I mean,
Right.
It does all the thinking for you.
This one, once you program in, this will hold, over 50 formulas for your mix.
Okay.
And we probably have 2 or 3. We
Sure.
have 3, right? We mostly pour the same. It's above 5,000 pounds, closing in on 6,000 pound mix.
Let me explain that. That is PSI, that's pounds per square inch of compressive strength in the concrete when it's fully cured. They're batching and placing in their games concrete that will stand 5,000 to 6,000 pounds of pressure per square inch before it crushes.
And to explain that even further is a normal sidewalk is
Right.
usually around 2,000, 2,500
Yeah,
pounds.
2,500, 3,000, 3,500 on a pump mix. 5,000 is strong.
Yeah, so we're pouring pretty strong concrete. So concrete is just cement, sand, and rock and water.
Mm-hmm.
So, and really you could do it with just cement and sand.
Yeah.
But the admixtures, concrete's that simple. It's 3 parts, right? But then it's also infinitely complex.
Infinitely complex.
Infinitely complex. So the admixtures we use an admixture that speeds up the setting process, and we use an admixture that reduces water and helps with flow.
Just a second. So this is high-level chemistry, okay? High-level chemistry, because concrete is a chemical reaction that you're controlling the best way you can. And
Right.
super plasticizer and accelerators are game changers, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So with those 2 admixtures, and we use a little bit of heat at night, and we can pull it the next day. Now our mix guy, he said we can make a mix to pull it in 4 hours.
In 4 hours.
In 4 hours. But then you're talking about, pretty extensive additives, expensive and extensive.
Yeah, takes the fun out of it. adds pressure. You guys don't have pressure here. This is playful concrete. You know.
We try not to have pressure
it's
here.
Awesome.
Some days it's like that.
Yeah.
And we try to keep it playful here too. With Friday lunch, we play ping pong afterwards. We play cornhole afterwards.
Yeah, it feels good here.
Because it has to feel good here, because it has to be good for our customers and for their customers.
Yeah.
Because the end product is these ping pong tables and foosball tables and chess tables. They go out in the park and they sit there for decades, and the whole idea is to make it a beautiful and fun place to be that has athletic and mental activities for people to connect with each other.
What a fantastic niche. Man, I appreciate this tour. I appreciate knowing you better. We're in the same neighborhood. I appreciate the sort of the magnitude of bringing all these different disciplines and putting the people together and understanding and inventing a new spot in the world of construction and games.
Yeah, we've carved this niche in America, and we've built it for several other companies now as well.
I'll bet.
They're following along with us, and that's great, because we want lots of play out there. We want lots of joy out there. We are building joyful places for communities to connect and play.
How do you beat that? I don't know if anybody else is going to be lucky enough to forge that kind of a niche out of a construction upbringing, but this guy has.
Thanks.
And I admire you for it. Thanks for watching Essential Craftsman, and keep up the good work. Oh, there we are. That's familiar.
Wrapping up the tour of the shop, I got to watch Lem's son use the CNC plasma cutter to cut out my logo. He is so good with that thing, and it was a pleasure to see my logo come out of the flames. And then we followed it up with a nice long interview with Lem about everything that led him to where he is today. The challenges and the accomplishments, and I think that if you set aside a few minutes to listen, it's going to provide some inspiration, maybe some hope and determination as you work your way through your life to where you need to be. Thanks for watching Essential Craftsman, and keep up the good work.
Look at that thing. Perfectly rendered. Wow. Thank you, Pierce.
Welcome.